What's on today's show?
The National Family Planning Board takes pride in launching HIV self-testing as another option for persons who want to know their HIV status.
Plus,
there are different types of hearing aids, and usually they are associated with the type of hearing loss that you have.
we are taking care of our health today, and the professionals are on standby with a one-on-one. Hello, I'm Adrian Atkinson, and welcome to Jamaica Magazine.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, May 20, 2021. Jamaica has moved up 9 places to hold the 72nd position across upper-middle income countries on the Global Innovation Index, GII, 2020. Jamaica ranked in the top 80 innovative countries in the world in 2020, compared with being in the top 100 in 2019. The country is also ranked 7th among the 18 economies in Latin America and the Caribbean as it relates to innovative capabilities, and performed above average in 3 out of the 7 index pillars, namely institutions, business sophistication, and creative output. Minister of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Audley Shaw, points out that for the first time in the Global Innovation Index, Jamaica was recognized as an innovation achiever. The GII recognized Jamaica as the only innovation achiever in the English-speaking Caribbean, exhibiting innovation above expectations relative to our level of development. Minister Shaw reflected on the significance of the improved ranking while delivering remarks at the GII webinar on innovation and economic resilience, opportunities for Jamaica. The webinar was organized by the World Intellectual Property Organization in cooperation with the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office and the Inter-American Development Bank. Its focus was the review of Jamaica's performance on the Global Innovation Index 2020 and to discuss opportunities for Jamaica to strengthen its intellectual property ecosystem, to incentivize and drive innovation among the public and private sectors, and facilitate economic resiliency in the country. Government will be spending $650 million to develop several communities in various parts of the island. Under the Rural Development Program, Chambers Pen in Hanover will be the first beneficiary during the first half of the 2021-2022 financial year. The other communities to benefit include Cheesefield in St. Catherine, Cheswick in St. Thomas, Lawrence Tavern in St. Andrew, and one community in Clarendon. This was disclosed by Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Desmond McKenzie during his contribution to the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday.
The program will include, Madam Speaker, the installation of water, electricity, internet access, roads, sidewalks, community park, indigent housing. We will use this program to give new life to rural communities over the next 2 years, Madam Speaker.
He adds that the program will create temporary and permanent employment opportunities across the country. Designs for the upgrade and modernization of 11 of 13 health facilities is now completed and being reviewed for final approval. The work is being done on the government's Health System Strengthening Program, which is supported by the Inter-American Development Bank. During his sectoral presentation on Wednesday, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said the next stage would be for the build-out of these facilities.
These include, Madam Speaker, the Spanish Town Hospital, the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, Maypen Hospital, and in addition, we have completed external upgrade designs for the University Hospital of the West Indies and also the Cornwall Regional and Western Children and Adolescent Hospital in Montego Bay, though that build-out will continue over time.
$205 to $236 million in capital expenditure has been committed over a 5-year period for upgrading the infrastructure and modernization of hospitals and health centers under the Health System Strengthening Program. For the next 2 years, the Agriculture Ministry will be waiving all administrative fees charged for turmeric by the Jamaica Agriculture Commodities Regulatory Authority, JACRA, in order to boost export of the produce. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green says the initiative is being undertaken so that more Jamaicans can tap into the viable market.
We've also identified turmeric as one of the crop lines with tremendous local and export potential. In this vein, we are strengthening our turmeric industry by putting 20 acres into planting material.
Turmeric, which comes from the turmeric root, is a bright yellow-orange spice commonly used in curries and sauces. The spice has been used for its medicinal, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatory properties for thousands of years. In an effort to curtail predial larceny island-wide, government plans to roll out the pilot for the Agricultural Wardens Program this year. Additionally, the Agriculture Ministry will be launching community farm watch groups, specifically focusing on targeting market spaces to ensure that stolen agricultural produce have nowhere to go. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green made the announcement during his recent sectoral debate presentation in the House of Representatives. He says the ministry has been working closely with the Jamaica Constabulary Force to pursue several strategies aimed at reducing predial larceny. These, he says, include establishing predial larceny units across 7 police divisions. And finally, Cabinet has appointed new leadership for the Generation Procurement Entity, GPE, with a mandate to procure new electricity generation capacity in accordance with the Electricity Act 2015. This was disclosed by Energy Minister Darrell Vaz during his contribution to the 2021-2022 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. Minister Vaz says the GPE is to give urgent priority to the review of unsolicited proposals and requests for proposals to the market for new electricity generation.
We have recruited a chief technical expert to support the GPE, and we expect onboarding by July 1st, 2021. The GPE has been given the charge to get moving. We want to see a significant increase in our generation capacity and our renewable energy share based on the Integrated Resource Plan.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Give yourself a fighting chance. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
With the help of a self-test kit, Jamaicans are now able to conduct their own HIV test. This is possible because of a partnership with the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the National Family Planning Board. Let's hear how it works.
The National Family Planning Board takes pride in launching HIV self-testing as another option for persons who want to know their HIV status. And yes, it is here. We're putting this product into the hands of members of the public through a very important public-private partnership through the pharmacies, and this will facilitate our reach to a wider audience. This kit allows persons to self-test within the comfort of their homes or to opt for self-test at a healthcare facility. You and your partner can do the test. So we're encouraging the sexually active persons at high risk to make use of available kits to determine their HIV status.
The National HIV Program is continuing its mandate of ensuring the provision of care through this new modality. This joins existing modalities of provider-initiated testing and counseling offered at our health facilities, outreach testing provided by our prevention team, and targeted testing through contact tracing and counseling. Testing allows for two things: the indication of a positive test or the provision of a negative result. For all persons who do self-testing, there are also avenues available for prevention, for treatment and counseling. So we're not just sending you to do a self-test at home. All health facilities in Jamaica can guide you through the process of a positive or a negative test. However, there are 44 treatment sites in the public and private setting that you can go to get expert treatment and management of any HIV condition and HIV itself. The listing of all these health facilities is available on the Ministry of Health and Wellness's website. It will be available at the pharmacies that will be doing the self-testing, and it will also be available on our NFPB website. This initiative by the Ministry of Health and Wellness through the National Family Planning Board is welcomed as Jamaica moves towards epidemiological control of HIV.
This fits into our sustained effort to have more persons being tested for HIV, as well as increase the number of persons who are aware of their HIV status. Globally, the body UNAIDS has had challenges back in 2020 to have a 90% of all people living with HIV to know their status. Another 90% of people to be diagnosed with HIV infection receiving sustained antiretroviral ARV treatment, and the last 90 of persons to be on antiretroviral treatment to attain viral suppression. No, the wider availability of the HIV test has the opportunity to ensure the realization of the first 90 targets. Success in this endeavor will mean we can end AIDS pandemic by 2030. The challenges to the continuum of care are being addressed by the program. This is one of the things to definitely make that happen. Checking our HIV status, especially if we are sexually active and not using protection. This is important for you to make sure you get this self-test kit.
You have the fluid for actually conducting the test and your swab stick that you will use and test for your results. Now, when persons hear about the oral test, they usually think that it's just push it into your mouth, but we don't want to be testing the saliva. You actually need to rub along the gum line, both top and bottom of the gum, to ensure, and it's kind of, you have to do it hard to ensure that you are getting the cells. And you insert it in the container. Now you'll have to wait for 20 minutes to read it. It is suggested that you read at 20 minutes, not long after, not before. So there you go. Your results will be presented here. If you get a reactive or a positive result, you need to ensure that this result is confirmed through a confirmatory test. So you can go to any one of our treatment sites to get a confirmatory test done.
We are proud to partner with the Ministry of Health and the National Family Planning Board, and we are pleased to add this to our list of services. This is indeed a step in the right direction as we empower our communities to take greater control of their health.
We are confident that the purity of intent of the National Family Planning Board to make Jamaicans aware of their HIV status will indeed contribute positively to the general health and wellness of our citizens. I know that a lot of persons life will indeed be enhanced by this venture.
There you have it. HIV self-testing is now here. You can go ahead and access these test kits at participating pharmacies across the island. And follow us on our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter pages to get more information about where these test kits are available.
It's absolutely critical that we receive the vaccines. You will see hospitalizations and indeed deaths likely come down. And so there is a lot of value to be gained by getting as many vulnerables on board as possible. So tell your mothers, tell your aunts, listen out for yourselves if you're over 60, and take the vax, because the vax is what will help you to guard against the COVID virus, and indeed help your relatives, your friends, those who you come in contact with, for the same benefit.
If your friend or family member is having trouble hearing or needs help moving around, there are devices that can make life so much easier, as you will hear from the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities.
I'm Dion Jennings, Chief Technical Director assigned to the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities. When we protect, promote, and secure the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities, we move closer to realizing Jamaica's Vision 2030 goals that of fostering inclusion, independence, access, and full participation of persons with disabilities in all spheres of national development. The Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, under the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, is charged with the responsibility for implementing policies and programs for persons with disabilities. The JCPD, through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, will continue to provide support to persons with disabilities to access assistive aids and adaptive devices to enable their independence in their everyday life.
What is a hearing aid?
A hearing aid is a small electronic device that someone who has a hearing loss uses.
Are there different types of hearing aids?
There are different types of hearing aids, and usually they are associated with the type of hearing loss that you have. The behind the ear can be used by anyone who has any levels of hearing loss, from a mild to a profound level. Then you have a receiver in the canal hearing aid, basically for persons with a mild to moderately severe hearing loss. They may have a bud, and if you have a greater loss, then a custom-made mold is attached to the RIC hearing aid, which is a receiver in the canal. Then you have an in-the-ear hearing aid, again, that is used by persons who have a mild to a profound hearing loss. Then you have in-the-canal hearing aid. That is used by persons, again, who have a mild to a moderately severe hearing level. The last hearing aid that we have is called the completely in the canal, and that is used for persons with a mild to moderately severe hearing loss.
Tips to care for hearing aids.
There are different types of hearing aid, and all of them are taken care of the same way, in the sense that they all use a battery, and you're not to use any liquid on the hearing aids. So there is a brush that normally comes with the product that you will clean off any wax or any moisture. Use it on a piece of tissue or a soft rag, and you take out the wax out of the openings of the hearing aid. So this is an in-the-ear hearing aid, and so this is taken care of by putting in the battery here, and then you remove it, leave the battery door open, put down in the case, And then if you have a behind the ear hearing aid, it's basically the same way. You have the battery door and you remove the battery, you have the brush, you clean around the tips of the hearing aid and you clean by the opening of the hearing aid, and you do not use any cleaning agent on the hearing aids. Also at the tip of the hearing aid you may have what is called a hair clear, and that is replaced whenever it is blocked with wax. So you put that on the tip of the hearing aid and you insert it on the opening of the hearing aid so that it protects the hearing aid from excessive wax getting into the instrument itself. And then you remove this and you discard this as well. And that is basically all you have to do to take care of your hearing aids. Do not swallow the battery for the children. Do not leave it out for the animals to come and play with them. And you open the drawer, put it in its case, leave it open so that if there's any moisture in the hearing aid, it can evaporate. So parents, guard the hearing aid, protect them from any excessive moisture. So no cleaning of alcohol, no cleaning agent, no bleach or anything like that. Just when you remove it from your ears, like this, you take it out, you open the battery drawer, remove the battery, and you put it down in the case. And basically that's all you have to do to take care of the hearing aid that you have.
Where can I get information or help?
More information and help is available at the Jamaica Association for the Deaf, located 9 Mosquito Road with entrance on Caledonia Lane in the Kingston 5 area.
What is a wheelchair?
A wheelchair is a chair with wheels used when walking is difficult or impossible due to illness, old age, or disability.
Are there different types of wheelchairs?
Yes, there are different types of wheelchair. Actually, you have 3 types: standing wheelchair, electrical wheelchair, and manual wheelchair.
Tips to care for wheelchairs.
Some tips for caring for the wheelchair are: 1. To remove all dust from the wheelchair frame by using a damp cloth. 2. Check the tires to ensure that they are still hard. Use a bicycle pump to add air if necessary.
A production of the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, a department of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
To properly carry out a hand rub, apply a palmful of the product in your cupped hand, covering all surfaces. Rub your hands palm to palm. Rub your right palm over the back of your left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub your hands palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub the back of your fingers to opposing palms with fingers interlocked. Rotationally rub backwards and forwards the clasped fingers of your right hand in your left palm and vice versa. Once your hands are dry, they are now safe.
The usual gathering to carry out mass community service on Labor Day has been halted again this year due to COVID-19, but the work continues, this time at home. And in the process, remember to look for and destroy those mosquito breeding sites.
We're looking for any container or anything which can hold water. It doesn't need a lot of water for that mosquito to deposit its eggs. Very shallow quantity of water they can deposit in it.
The rain has fallen and this has collected water. And if it is allowed to sit in the environment for a couple of days, the Aedes aegypti will breed on it. This is a plastic over a pail and the water is on the plastic. This is a beautiful breeding site for the Aedes aegypti mosquito. We have a similar one right here. There's water on the top of this container and the Aedes aegypti mosquito will breed in it. Once the water begins to evaporate and she has a space to lay her eggs, she will lay her eggs, and this will then become a breeding site. Turn it over. We do appreciate that roof gutters are very necessary in some areas that do not have pipe water, so it helps to collect the rainwater when it comes. However, if these roof drains become blocked by trash or other things, then it makes the water stagnant and it becomes a major breeding site for the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So it's important, if you have these roof gutters, that you keep them clear, that the water is able to run. Even among your plants, we have plants that are, because of how the leaves overlap each other, they are able to collect water. And Aedes aegypti loves to breed in those environments. We suggest that persons do. If you think you love these plants and you want them, put them in pots. So when they do collect water, you're able to pick up the pots, drain them out, and put them down. Because as it is right now, it's very difficult for us to get rid of the water, and they will just continue to be in the environment as breeding sites.
This is a tire which has been discarded, but it's just in the backyard. And what we have now is apparently rainwater has now settled inside there, and we have it breeding. The Aedes are back to the breeding inside here. It can be used as an enclosure for your plants, like a potted plant situation. So what we'll show you now is how we can have it filled with dirt that will ensure that when rain does fall, mosquito will not breed in it.
There's also a method of stacking the tires so that they will not collect water. We advise the tire shop owners to, for each tire that they get, to punch a hole in each of the tires. Once that is done, they can stock them in this plaiting form. So they have one row going in a particular direction and then another set going in the opposite direction, and they will continue with this. What this does, it allows the water to be directed towards where the hole is bored. So even if the rain comes and water goes in, the water will not settle but go out. We know that most churches have what is called a baptismal pool. And we have found baptismal pools to be a major breeding site for the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So what is it that churches should do? We recommend that all baptismal pools be covered properly so that the mosquito will not have access to it for breeding. Sometimes the pools are shaped very funny, and so it's very difficult to cover. In those instances, we ask persons to empty the pool at least once per week. And after emptying the pool, we ask that you scrub the sides to ensure that you have dislodged all the eggs. So we saw many sites that were breeding the Aedes aegypti mosquito today. And we saw that these sites were found in and around our homes, business places. And if we do not deal with these breeding sites, they are going to continue to be there, posing a risk for the transmission of diseases because they are breeding the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So you must take action to rid your environment of those sites. So what is it that we're asking you to do? We want you to make this a habit. Once a week, search for and destroy the breeding sites of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm, and while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.